Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Real Bearded Businessman, and on today's video, we're going to be reviewing Soldier of Finance by Jeff Rose. So stay tuned. Hey guys, thanks for coming back. And like I said in my intro, this is the book that we're going to be talking about today. And I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. And so hopefully you could see if this is something that you'd like to check out and read. So let's start from the top, I guess. So the author of the book is Jeff Rose, certified financial planner here. So definitely has a great financial background. I'll link his channel down into the description. If I remember correctly, it's the Wealth Hacker, and so I'll throw that link down there for you. Just because honestly, Jeff Rose is one of the guys that I watched a lot of videos of before I even got involved in YouTube. So for me, it was definitely one of my inspirations for YouTube, but more importantly, one of my inspirations for really getting a hold of my finances and getting to a better level of financial independence. So without further ado, let's start talking about the book. So what I really liked about it was it's super easy to read. It really was. I mean, it was broken down very good as far as to the point with some detail, but not overkill. Not a ton of details that my mind is wandering while I'm reading it. What I really liked is, Jeff had a great way of, comparing this, or at least, using it as a metaphor to his time in the United States Army. Thank you, Jeff, for your service. It's definitely much appreciated. So he uses kind of like as a metaphor to being in the United States Army. He's got a lot of really good examples in there, and he really does a great job of tying it in. Specifically, the Soldier's Handbook, I think, it definitely, you could tell, served as the backing to writing this book. And so I think number one for me was it was an easy read. It was a great read. My wife and I were on vacation. I was like, hey, I need something to read on the airplane. I need something to read and kind of kill some time. Not kill some time, but you're relaxing on vacation. And this was it. So I bought the book, and inside of a week, this thing was done. I mean, really, it was probably closer to like 3 or 4 days this book was done. So some of the other things that I really enjoy is the ability to go back through this, and you can kind of use it as a handbook or a desk guide or whatever, whatever that type of usefulness is. My favorite part is not only is this thing broken down into chapters, but he breaks it down into phases. And I think that's the most important piece to this, because, if you're already in debt, just trying to get yourself out of debt, or hey, you're already out of debt, you're doing great, you've got investments, you've got retirement, you're making money like crazy. You can go to those phases and spend more time on them. Additionally, what I like is so I read through it once, and I know that I probably missed a bunch of great things in here. So I do want to go back and spend more time on some of these things. But by him breaking it down into these phases, it's super easy. You go right to the phase that you want. Probably won't be able to get to it here, but one of the phases is, what is your why? And at least for me, that one definitely stuck out, because I've done a lot of searching and understanding why it is that I even wanted to start this channel, or become more financially independent, or really any of that stuff. And I think that's very important. I actually did a video on that. I'll see if I could throw the card up here if you guys are interested. And I did that video because if you're going to succeed, you really need to know why, and you need to know what is that driving force, and what is your goal, and why is it your goal. So I know that phase definitely really stuck out to me here, but let me just hit you with the other two. Are the initial training phase. So that's kind of the initial stuff of understanding a lot of these terms and stuff, specifically debt and your credit score. Then he's got the campaign phase. So, that's all about, how you actually execute that plan. So it's all about how you're going to pay down that debt, how you're going to become more financially independent, and things like that. And then finally, it's all about consolidation and protecting. So his phase 4 is the consolidation phase, but to me, it's both consolidation and protection. I think that's really the big thing, is because he talks about having a mortgage and being responsible and stuff with it, but he also talks about insuring yourself and insuring your family with that wealth. So I really feel like he does a great job of, starting from the beginning and going all the way to the end to, hey, this is exactly what you're going to do. This is how you're going to execute. And in my mind, that's how basic training in the U.S. Army. I've never been the basic training. I've never been a soldier, but I got to imagine that they're bringing you in not knowing anything, and then by the time you leave and graduate, boom. You have all the tools necessary and know how to use those tools to execute the mission. And to me, boom, this book had it. So that's kind of my thoughts on this book. He does a great job of budgeting and stuff like that. Stuff that I never had any idea how to do before reading this book. So that's my thoughts, guys. I just wanted to throw that out there. Just as a quick summary, if you're looking for something that's an easy read, something that you can write in, make notes in, go back to, I really, like I said, I want to pick this thing up. I don't know if I'm going to have the time to necessarily this month, but next month when things kind of slow down a little bit, I want to pick this thing back up and really dive into specifically into some of these chapters and really revisit some of these principles. So yeah, so that's my thought, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, so you're going to get my notifications. And hey, down in the comments, why don't you let me know if you guys have read this book and what your thoughts were on it, or if there was another financial book that really, really spoke to you. So, all right, guys, have a great night, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.